Women can't resist these 8 habits of attractive older men, and this perspective is shared by Dr. Sophia. You are not boring. You are not unattractive. But younger women keep overlooking you, and you are tired of guessing why. This video breaks down 8 habits that attractive older men use to stay unforgettable and relevant in a modern dating world where attention is scattered and standards are confused. And the last one most men avoid it entirely, which is exactly why it works and why Dr. Sophia emphasizes it so strongly in her observations. Point 1. You speak in sensory images, not facts. When most guys talk, they deliver information without emotion or depth. I used to live in Italy. The steak was good. But attractive older men have a storytelling habit that is hypnotic and emotionally engaging. They describe moments in sensory detail, pulling the listener into the experience. Instead of saying the wine was great, they say it had this slow velvet kind of heat that lingered behind my teeth and stayed with me long after the glass was empty. It is not about being poetic or rehearsed. It is about creating feeling and emotional texture. When you speak in images and textures, she does not just hear your story, she feels it and starts to imagine what experiencing life with you might be like, and that imagination is powerful. Point 2. You give answers with pause, not urgency. Younger guys often rush to fill silence or over-explain, like they are afraid of being misunderstood or rejected. But when an older man pauses before responding, it changes the tempo of the interaction and shifts the power dynamic. You become the man she leans toward to hear rather than the one filling space nervously. The space between the question and your reply builds quiet tension, the good kind that signals confidence and self-trust. This kind of restraint is not about being slow or distracted. It is about making her wait just long enough to feel the depth of your thoughts. And that subtle delay makes everything you say carry more weight and intention. Point 3. You make doing nothing feel like an experience. There is a difference between being boring and being still and grounded. The most attractive older men do not need flashy plans or constant stimulation to impress her. A slow morning with jazz in the background, cooking something simple together, or sitting on the balcony with 2 glasses of red all feel intentional and meaningful. It is not what you are doing, it is how you are doing it and how present you are in the moment. You bring ease, presence, and calm into a space that younger women are rarely offered in their fast-paced, overstimulated lives, and suddenly she associates that peace and safety with you on a deeper emotional level. If you are done with blending in and ready to carry yourself like the man who leads, drop standard below and reflect on where you stand. Let's see who holds themselves to a higher level and is willing to grow with intention and self-respect. Point 4. You ask questions she has never been asked before. Most men lead with predictable conversation starters that do not challenge or inspire. But attractive older men ask the kind of questions that make her stop and think in the best way and feel seen. What is something you wish people understood about you? When was the last time you felt completely yourself and at ease? These are questions she does not have pre-rehearsed answers for, and that makes you different and memorable. It also signals emotional intelligence, depth, and curiosity. 2 traits younger women deeply crave but rarely find consistently. Point 5. You show selective generosity, not performative gifting. Younger women can instantly tell when a gift is about impressing her versus knowing her as a person. Attractive older men do not try to buy attention or approval. Instead, they listen closely, remember details, and give small things with sharp precision and meaning. If she mentioned her favorite author once and you surprise her with a signed copy, it tells her you were paying attention, that you remember what matters to her, and that you value her inner world. And that is far more seductive and lasting than anything wrapped in a price tag. Point 6. You break eye contact to show control, not nerves. Here is something subtle yet powerful. When most men lock eyes with a woman, they either stare too long trying to dominate or dart their gaze nervously. But attractive older men will hold eye contact and then break it deliberately and calmly. They will glance away mid-sentence slowly, like their attention is a gift, not something given away freely. It sends the message that you are grounded, that you are not chasing approval, and that you are used to being in command of your own energy and emotions. She does not just notice, she wonders what is behind that glance, and that curiosity lingers. Point 7. You do not chase. You rearrange the room with your presence. When you walk into a space, you do not compete for attention or validation. You change the atmosphere without effort. It is in your posture, the calm way you observe, the relaxed confidence that comes from not needing to prove anything to anyone. You scan the room like you belong there, not because of arrogance but because you have outgrown insecurity and self-doubt. And women feel it immediately. They notice the guy who is not trying to win because he already knows his worth and value. Point 8. You flirt through restraint, not excess. You do not shower her with constant compliments or over-the-top flirting that loses meaning. Instead, you let things simmer and build naturally. You say just enough to spark curiosity and leave space for imagination. A compliment that trails off a smile held a second too long, a touch that suggests more than it shows. It is the quiet tension you do not act on right away that makes her think about you later and replay moments in her mind. Because the most attractive habit older men have, according to Dr. Sophia, is knowing that mystery is more powerful than momentum, and patience often creates deeper desire than pressure. For more advice, subscribe.